You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa, what up, mi gente? It's your boy, Al Mega. Thank you for joining me for a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we're keeping on that theme of comics with amazing independent creators. And today is a creator like no other. My man is a cartoonist, independent comics creator. And when I say cartoonist, he's doing this awesome book called Stan and Jack. He got the kids from Wreck Road and the Infernal Gods of Electric Disaster all available via the Big Cartel. Homie is killing it, and I love this Stan and Jack book, so we're going to get some details on it. Who am I talking about? The one, the only, the future legend himself, Mr. Pete Doree!
What an intro, Alf. What an intro. Hello.
Brother, thank you for coming on, bro. Yo, you deserve an intro like that. You're an amazing creator that had me laughing and smiling ear to ear from page to page with Stan and Jack. And I was starting to get into the rec room when I saw you come into the room, and I'm halfway on that one, but I'm digging it. You are creative, and I love those intros you do too. Does in the books, kind of throwing back, and I love. I don't know how to say my name either. Good luck. And I love it because I go through that all the time. You're lucky I got your name right today.
Well, I always say it's like the fish, but spelt different,
So, Pete, man, talk to me. Where you at right now? Where are we talking from?
Well, I'm in Norwich in the UK, which is, it calls itself a city, but it ain't a city, really. It's a tiny little town. Kind of close to the East Coast, so Nowheresville, basically. Nowheresville, UK.
Oh, Nowheresville, UK. So, are you living there now? Or, or did you grow up there, or do you come from a different part of the UK?
No, I mean, we're obviously going to talk about the kids of Wreck Road a little bit later, but I grew up in an even smaller town called Haverhill, which is, I guess, it's the nearest thing you guys would know is Cambridge. Kind of near Cambridge.
I know that word.
Yeah. So it's kind of near there. Little one-horse town. Me and my buddies just did nothing but buy comics and create our own comics.
I gotta find this out then, right here. This is the key part for me always. How did you fall in love with comics? Was it within the family? Was it mommy, daddy, uncle, or was it you and your boys?
It was me and the boys. Yeah.
How did this even happen, yo?
Well, I mean, if you ask anybody my age in the UK, they will all give you the same answer, Al, which is October 1972, Marvel released The Mighty World of Marvel weekly.
Is that the OG in your hands right now?
Yeah. So that's not the first issue, that's issue 29. But basically, in the UK, what we have is weekly comics, and they're kind of anthologies.
Okay.
So what we kind of had a bit of Archie. We didn't have Archie. You had a bit of Harvey, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, Richie Rich.
Yeah.
Superman and Batman would occasionally come in. Like, distribution was awful. And then October 72, this came out with Spidey, Daredevil, Hulk, FF, all from the start.
I gotta know, does that have complete issues, or are you getting pieces of the story?
Pieces. So what they would do is so this, for instance, is the Wally Wood DD one, the Masked Matador.
Oh.
So this is the second part of that story. They'd split them in half, and we got the
and
whole
it's oversized too, huh? It's not a comic size. Nice.
Yeah, magazine size. And I'll just show the FF as well. So we got Subby there, like real early, right from the beginning.
Wow, so it was black and white and green, huh?
Yeah. So every week that came out, and we were
every week. Oh wow, that's so cool though.
Yeah, what the hell? So we me and my friends were like, this is unbelievable. What is this stuff? This is incredible. And I think it was maybe a year's difference, but around about 1973. All the American stuff started coming in, or at least most of it, and then DC started bringing more of their stuff in, and so we were getting Fourth World and Commandy and OMAC at the same time. We were getting all this stuff, so it was like, oh, my God, there's just tons of this stuff.
Where's my money going? How many jobs do I need?
Yeah, exactly.
I got to find out here though. How did you meet your boys and connect on that level? Like, oh man, we all like the same thing. How did that even happen?
Basically at school. So again, as we'll talk about a little bit later, Al, my oldest friend in the world is Sean Phillips. Who obviously does Criminal.
Yes. Oh, that's your boy.
Criminal was their breaker.
Grew up together.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll talk more about it soon. But this is the strip that we did when we were kids, but I've done it now again as an adult. So I don't know if you can zoom on there. That middle picture, that's me and Sean.
Oh shit! Wow.
And our other friend Dave when we were kids. So, we between the three of us and maybe 4 or 5 other people who lived in Haverhill, if you didn't buy something, somebody else would have bought it. So then you could just swap and, so we literally read absolutely everything.
I love it. Although for me, it was very hard to trust my friends. I had to, you're going to read this in front of me.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you're done, you're giving it back because I'm not trading. But I had this one friend that had the habit. Let's say, for example, this is the comic book.
Yeah.
And would fold the cover like this. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, go sit on the table and just open it and move your damn head if it's on the spine.
Well, we'd give you one chance. And if you did something like that, we wouldn't be friends with you anymore. I mean, there's another one of our gang, Dean Willits, is on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen him. Like every day he posts splash pages, and covers and stuff like that. And so we would go around Dean's and swap, and we go through his collection because he had a better collection than us. And he wouldn't swap a fucking thing. You'd go, I'll have that, and he'd go, no, you're not having that, you're not having that, you're not having that.
My brother, I think every comic book group has that one guy. Yeah. Because amongst my friends, again, it was the 3 amigos too. We had other people involved, but 3 of us were the core of the comic book nerds.
Same
right?
as us, yeah.
So me and my other boy, we would be willing to trade and sell. My other boy, however, my God, how even dare you make an offer? Like, yo, no. And I love it now. Now that we're in our late 40s and he's going from books to omnibuses.
Yeah.
He's starting to sell individuals. I'm like, oh my God, it only took 40-something years for you to finally want to let something go.
Yeah. I mean, Dean, to be fair to him, he was quite bad, but there was another one called Andrew who is called Arnold in the Kids of Ret Road comic. And he was the worst because he wouldn't swap anything. And he'd go to London, which we couldn't afford to do. And he'd get all the new stuff and then he'd show it to you and he wouldn't let you borrow it and all this kind of thing. So we hated him.
You just had him around to see what the covers look like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can we borrow this? No. Can we borrow this? No.
Can I read it in front of you? No. I'll tell you this. I'll read it to you. Hold on. With white gloves and all.
Yeah. I mean, he had heavy, and the thing about that is that we always say, or I always say, we never got first issues coming in. We always got second issues. But we've all worked out between all of us that was because Andrew got them before we fucking did. So the number one
box of first.
Yeah, the number ones came in. It's just that he got them first. So
wow, that's not shame on you, buddy.
Hate that guy.
Yeah, man. So all right, so let's start talking. So obviously you have this clique, right? And just with the book you just showed me, right? The kids from Rec Road. Let's start talking about them getting into that creative journey because so was that the first time that you guys got? I love the story too because me and my boys did the same thing behind the stairs in our building. We were making our own book,
everybody does.
Writing, drawing. Yeah. So how was that experience for you?
It was brilliant because I don't even remember who Dave would say it was him. I don't know.
Let him say it was him.
Let him say it was him. But somebody came up with the idea. Look, we've read literally everything. Why don't we do our own comic? Let's do a comic about us. So we all used to go around Sean's house and we'd all sit up in his bedroom and he'd draw it. Sometimes I'd draw it, but mostly he'd draw it. And we'd all kind of write it. And you know, as you know, you'll see from the sort of updated version that I've done, it's basically us fucking about, talking about comics, having little kind of fantasy segments where you go off and meet Spidey or Luke Cage or stuff like that.
You were killing me, man, because, you know, you're mentioning your friends' names, and obviously throughout this book, their names are littered.
Yeah.
So you get to meet the squad that he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it really is. You know, it's autobiographical, but it's not dull autobiographical. It's comedy, it's comedy autobiographical.
It's absolute humor, man. I mean, is that always your intention, man? I mean, is this something you wanted to be, like a comedian, man? Because you are a great comedic writer.
Thanks.
Because, you know, I was enjoying myself, again, smiling, and again, what a comic book should do. You know, a lot of the time is bring a smile on your face, and I think you've definitely, you know, hit that mark.
Cool, thanks. I mean, no, not really. It's just, I'll tell you what the truth of it is. I can write serious stuff, and I have done it. I have written some stuff for Sean. Like God bless him, he got asked to do Conan for Dark Horse. And he got like an 8-page thing, and he emailed me and he said, "Do you want to write it?"
You know, I probably have that in my box, right?
I
definitely have that in my box. So
but my brain kind of works where I'm like, this is going to be a joke. There's going to be a punchline at the end of this. I can't help it. You know, that's just the way I am. So it's always comedic with me.
Too crazy, man. So, but how happy were you to dig into that legend of Conan, man, that your boy called you on, huh?
Unbelievable. But it was what I did is I spent about 2 days stressing and going, I've got to make this the greatest 8-page Conan story ever. Then I slapped myself around the head and said, look, you got 8 pages, that's it. So just tell. And Sean said, I said to Sean, what do you want to do? What do you want to draw? And he said, I don't want to draw horses, because everybody hates drawing horses. I don't want to draw any buildings. Other than that, you can do what you like. So I did a story of Conan in the snow fighting this giant worm, and it's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll go with that.
Love it. And I have that. Definitely have that in my box, because I'm a big.
Yeah,
Conan
you'll
guy.
have it. Yeah, you'll have it.
No, I got every issue from Dark Horse for sure.
Yeah,
that's the one run I could say, yeah, I have complete, man.
But yeah, so absolute thrill. It was just unbelievable. And you know, Sean as well. He was like, I get to draw Conan. But you know, brilliant.
Yeah, but how was that too, man? How did you all start then kind of spinning off, you know, in this creative journey, you know, landing opportunity? What type of navigation, if you will, did you take out there in the UK to start getting noticed by companies and whatnot?
Well, I mean, Sean got discovered when he was 16.
16?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a teacher called Russ Nicholson who now draws gaming books. He's a brilliant fantasy artist, and Russ started this night class with this artist called Ken Hutchinson, who drew girls comics, British weekly girls comics. Brilliant artist. Unfortunately, in British comics, you never got credits, so you never knew who anybody was.
Oh, like early American comics where the wrong people were getting the credit, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So Ken, you know, Russ just said, do you want to come in and teach these boys once a week? And he saw Sean's stuff and he went, actually, I think this kid's got a future.
Wow, he just said it, boom.
And that was it. And I think Sean would have to remind me, but I think he went off and met Brian Talbot.
Okay.
And Brian said, yeah, he has got a future, so let's get him some work. So Sean was off and running. I freely admit I'm not as good an artist as Sean. So it's taken me a little bit longer, and I've kind of drifted in and out of it. But over the last couple of years, like I say, both Sean and Dave said to me, why don't you do something? Why don't you put something out? What have you got to lose? So, you know, I did these issues of Stan and Jack, and I did the kids, which is what they really wanted me to do.
Love it.
And it's selling. You know, it does seem to be working. So
yeah. And let's dig in. First off, you know, look at this awesome cover. You got to go pick this up at the website. So let me bring up look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous cover, man?
That's colored by Sean. I drew it and Sean colored it. Yeah,
very Archie-esque, if you will, but so fun. Cover design, old school Marvel. I mean, I'm digging it.
Yeah, Archie was what I was going for. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Oh, job well done, my brother.
kind of English Archie. Yeah. So
English
as
Archie. Ha, I love it.
yeah, so as I say, it's kind of it's us having
Look at
fun
that.
talking about comics.
Oh man, look at that. It looks so great, that book,
It's
man.
just a lot of fun.
And how many pages is that bad boy right there?
I think it's 40. Yeah, 40 or 42.
And that's a regular size American comic, or you did it?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, regular size. And it's just full of in jokes that guys like us will get out, you know.
Yes, I understand for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got halfway on that one before I saw you pop in. I said, damn, I didn't get to finish it. That was working. But yeah, again, I was smiling already, catching the jokes. I was about to tell my team, like, yo, I think you guys will enjoy the hell out of this. Now, let's get into the other one too, that I think a lot of fans are gonna love. And you told me, obviously, you know, a lot of people may feel certain ways about this, but it's a great book. That this one page, you know, every page that I turn, I found myself smiling. You know, just reading, you know, Stan's verbiage, if you will. You need time just for that to really let it sink in and appreciate the shit out of it. It is so funny. So talk to me about Pete Doree's Stan and Jack.
Stan and Jack, yeah. Stan and Jack was, why the fuck has no one ever done this?
Truth.
You know, because I looked at it. I think I was rereading. Do you remember that old issue of What If, where the ball pen were the FF?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was reading that, and I thought, why has nobody done this but done it funny? Well, I'll do it then. You know.
Nice.
So as you've read, you know, I did the first issue there, and it's kind of like that issue of What If, but if Mad Magazine had done it, or if Stan and Jack had their own strip in Mad. So yeah, I started doing it, and then I thought, well, hang on a minute, I can make it look like them. And as you've seen, Stan talks in that pulse-pounding pronouncements pilgrim.
Oh my God, you really gotta read those slowly to appreciate the shit out of it, because you're like, oh, and you really do hear it in the Stan Lee voice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
great job. You could do such a great job with that. Just that had me laughing. Like, yo, comic book fans, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby lovers, they have to read this.
Because I don't, to be honest, I don't even have to make it up, because it's like, yeah, well, he did talk like that, so
yeah, he did.
It's really easy. And Jack, I kind of do him a bit like Nick Fury and a bit like Ben Grimm. So he's that kind of, yeah, come on, Stan.
Oh, you got the New York, Brooklyn, you know, coming out of him for real too. I like it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Brooklyn, really?
No, I haven't. No, I'd love to. But yeah, so I did those two, and then I thought, well, hang on a minute, I can make it look like them, and I can make it sound like them. So who else can I do? So as you've seen in the first issue, we got Steve Ditko in his shadowy trench coat. We got Gil Kane with his up the nostril shots.
And that is hilarious, because you know, it's like poking fun at himself, you know, in this metaphysical world. But you know, it's just so funny, yo. All these guys are talking about it because they're you know, just the concept is brilliant, bro.
Thanks, man. And then there's Wally Wood, because basically, you know, back to the Mighty World of Marvel, the first artist that whose work I ever fell in love with was Jack, Steve, Gil, and Woody.
Oh,
they
that's
were the
your
first ones.
For.
Yeah, they were the ones I was like, these guys are amazing. So, as you've seen, we do the story. It's a loose comedy story with loads of gags,
and comic reference,
and comic references that everybody will get. In the second and third issues, we've got Jim hang on, where is he? Jim Steranko.
Hey, yeah, I've met him. Oh man, that's him. You captured him, boy, with the shades.
Jim Steranko. Vaughan. I've got a kind of a double act with Steve Ditko and Vaughan Bodie.
Oh, too funny. Damn, you see how mad this looks? I love it.
Yeah. So that kind of so basically, you name them, and everybody from the Bronze or Silver Age is in this book.
Yeah, even Carmine.
Even Carmine. So that story kind of takes up the first three issues, and then the fourth issue is Steve Gerber and Barry Smith, Barry Windsor Smith.
Wow. Put that up again. Let me see that cover again. Look at that. Oh wow.
Yeah, so we got Jack, Steve Gerber, and Barry Windsor Smith, who is really annoyed that everybody keeps calling him Barry Smith. Because fans of my generation, when he changed his name, we were like, no, you're Barry Smith. You're not Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's how old I am.
You don't know BWS? That's a lot of BS.
Exactly. So yeah, and then in the next issue, there's Steranko again.
Very furious.
And then in the next issue, it's gonna lead into John Buscema and Barry Windsor Smith in the Hyborian Age. So I'm just having a hell of a load of fun with it, and just playing on that stuff, that we all know about them,
And what type of research have you done? To incorporate the character elements.
None. It's years of comics. It's years of reading comics, because I love things like Back Issue and comic book artists. I love that background stuff. I love those stories, and that all stirs in there and gets turned into a joke, basically.
Yeah, your own picture of what the hell was going on in that mother. I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, so you said this is 3 issues. We got a 4th. Is this going to be something you're going to do ongoing? Or what?
I hope so. Yeah. So I've got 4 now. I want to do, once I've finished the John Buscema and Barry Windsor Smith one, what I really want to do is a Bernie Wrightson one. I want to do a horror one. And it's going to be Stan turns into a swamp monster, and it's going to be called Giant Size Stan Thing. so I'm not going to run out of ideas on this, because there's just tons to do,
Oh man, so much to pick on, the humor of it. I love it, Stan Thing. I mean, you doesn't even hear the humor behind him always claiming ownership over stuff, no matter how minute it was.
Yeah. Well,
it makes me laugh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to 100% slag him off. I know.
Oh yeah, you're having a great time with his personality. He was a spokesman, and you really showed that side of him as well.
Yeah,
him, that marketing side, the fun side,
Yeah, and all the other characters, absolutely treat him like the carnival barker that he was.
What was his name again? Funky Flashman.
Funky Flashman, yeah, Funky Flashman. But I don't want to be nasty about it. I don't want anybody, to feel that I'm being nasty about these people.
Nah, if they read it, I think that they're gonna see the direction you're going and appreciate it for what it is, because you're far from doing that too, bro. You really, you're having fun with the legends that had this, and probably what their mindset was in this whole imaginative world of theirs.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. You know what it is with the connections. Anyway, let's do it. Let's do this, Pete. All right. So let's continue. So we were on the creative journey end, right? And you diving in, and we're talking about Stan and Jack. Not bashing Stan. Not wanting people to feel that way, right?
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
So, so that's not something people should feel again. And then we're talking about everybody else in the book, getting into the 5th issue and the future. So, we were talking about you starting to, do a run and then wanting to do yet other stories. We talked about the Stan thing, right?
Yeah. So I want to do a trade, because I did with Sean. I did Thought Bubble over here, which is the big indie comic con. So I did that last year.
How did it go? I love when people mention that one. That's a great show. My boy Johnny Hughes has gone there. So talk about that from a creator perspective. I mean, how good is it? How is the floor team and all? Do they take care of you as a creator?
Fantastic. I mean, it was in a place called Harrogate, and it was the first time they'd ever done it there. Plus it was COVID. But it could not have gone smoother, easier. The guys running it were just unbelievably professional and nice and
beautiful.
It's really my first ever con selling my own stuff. So it just went perfectly, and it was really cool to meet everybody that I talked to.
Wait a minute. So you haven't done that? Was your first ever con?
Yeah.
Wow. So in all this time, just doing some work, what stopped you before from attending or doing something like that?
Well, because I hadn't really had anything out. I mean, the only kind of art stuff that I'd done previous to that was things like commissions, business
Okay.
commissions, not actual comics.
Okay. Okay.
And because I'd kind of accumulated 4 issues of Stan and Jack and the kids and the Infernal Gods, I was like, okay, I've got some stuff now. I can fill a
Yeah.
table, you know.
Excellent.
So off we went, you know, and I said, can I sit next to Sean and Jake?
Please, right?
But to be honest, I didn't really need to. I mean, it was nice to sit with them, but I didn't really
Yeah.
need to, you know. And as I say, there was a bunch of people that I talked to on Twitter. So it was really cool to meet them and go out and get drunk with them. So
Excellent.
yeah, it was a brilliant experience.
So,
and
do you
and
remember your first fan that approached?
Well, it was a guy who bought the first issue. He bought the first 3 issues.
Oh wow!
And when I put the first issue, and I apologise if you're watching, mate, I didn't catch your name, but he bought the first 3 issues, so he came over and bought the 4th one. And when I put the first one out, the first 100, I said, the first 100 people who buy it, I'll do a sketch of you with Stan and Jack.
Okay.
So he said he had it on his phone. He's like, I was one of the first people. I was like, wow, brilliant. So yeah, that was my first. So that set me up really nicely for the weekend.
Excellent.
Somebody specifically coming over, you know.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. That's great. Like, you know, yeah, I've done cons. I've did the Mega Con. It's the only one since I've been in Florida. Only done one Comic Con. Yeah. I missed them.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to hundreds of cons, but you know, first time as an exhibitor. I recommend it, and I definitely recommend Thought Bubble. You know, I'll be back next year, hopefully.
Hey, I'll send Johnny Hughes your way to say hello.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So you could take a look at the books firsthand. Because poor guys over there, you know, shipping is expensive. You know, shipping 2 books is like shipping a body. My God.
I know. But I've, you know, just to do the business side slightly, I've got digital copies. I've got PDFs on the website. So if you don't want to pay that huge amount that Brexit has fucked us all with, you know, there's cheap digital copies.
What about that? Since you're a creator from that side of the world, you know, has that change really affected you?
Yeah,
as a creator.
Yeah, it's affected all of us. You know, I mean, I was doing well. You know, I was selling to America, Canada, France, Spain, and Brexit has just fucked it for everybody. But what can you do? You got to live in this new crappy world, haven't you? Yeah. Like I say, we're all doing digital copies now, so at least people can buy those. And if you know, you can buy the digital copy and go, well, I'd rather have a physical one. You know, maybe I'll add a little sketch in there or something. I'm sure we all do that, don't we? You know, we'll add a little something extra.
And talking about sketching, I mean, are you available for commissions now?
Yeah.
Hey. So what do they got to do? Did they hit you up on Twitter? Your website? What?
Yeah, hit me on Twitter.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm a whore. I'll do anything for money.
Yeah, man, that Brexit got him that messed up. He do anything right now. Hey. All right. Is there any, you know, character that you really would love and have the opportunity to work on? You know, let's speak it to the world so it could happen.
Not really. No, to be honest, not really, because I can put them all in Stan and Jack and get away with it.
Oh, true. You know, there's humor. Absolutely.
Yeah, or I can put them in the kids and kind of get away with it. I don't think so. I think Conan was the one. Okay. You know, I can't really think of anything. Maybe Solomon Kane.
Ooh. They're staying that Robert E. Howard universe, absolutely.
Yeah, but there's I don't know if you saw it, but 2000 AD is out this week, and Garth Ennis and Henry Flint are doing Hawk the Slayer, which was this very cheesy 80s British sword and sorcery movie, but everybody loves it because we all saw it when we were like 12.
Okay.
So they're doing a sequel to Hawk the Slayer, and it's great. It's brilliant, but with those two, it would be. But when I saw it, I was like, I kind of wish I could have written that. You know?
So start going back into your archives, man. Start going back into those British archives. I know you guys got some funky stuff, man.
Yeah, we got some weird shit.
Yeah. I mean, and stuff that in your hands, it'll be even that much more crazier but funnier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You know, those old British characters like the Spider. Dave, my mate Dave, the other kid at Ret Road, he would love to do the Steel Claw.
Ooh.
That's kind of do you know the Steel Claw? He's an amazing character.
Yeah, I love the name. It sounds
Yeah.
familiar though. The Steel Claw.
He's basically
Is
an
that a
invisible
2000 AD joint?
No, it's pre 2000 AD.
Okay. Steel Claw. It sounds so familiar.
He's basically the Invisible Man, but with a metal claw.
So all you see is a claw coming at your ass.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that would be scary.
yeah.
Was that a movie as well?
No, it should have been. It should have been. But the thing about the Steel Claw, like a lot of British characters, is in order to get his powers, he has to be electrified. So every episode ends with him like become invisible, and he says, "Oh, I better climb that electric pylon to get some electric." And you're like, should you really be giving this to kids? You know, I never climbed a pylon to be the Steel Claw, but I'm sure some kids did.
Oh, well, thank God you're here. So it's obvious that you didn't.
Yeah.
And for people, I think I found a picture of it. You tell me, is this the Steel Claw you are talking about? Boom.
That's him.
Wow.
It's a totally mad. I mean, he's an insane character. He starts off as a psychopath and then becomes a secret agent and then becomes a psychopath again. It's just mad stuff.
Well, that's government stuff. They only hire psychopaths and then be like, oops, what did we do?
True.
Damn, come on. Stop hiring psychopaths, yo.
Yeah.
Hire me or Pete Doree.
Yeah.
We're psycho, but in a good way.
Yeah.
You know,
you're friendly neighborhood psychopaths. That's what we are.
Hey, that's the name of a book right there, bro.
Yeah.
Let's do the stand. That's ours, right, Pete? That's ours.
Copyrighted right now.
So, Pete, man, if you could turn the Rec Kids, right, Rec Road, into anything, would you want it to be a cartoon? Or
film? Fuck yeah.
Claymation.
Yeah. I'd love that. Because there was when we were kids, you'd have children's TV on the BBC, and it would kind of go up until about 6 o'clock, and then the news would start.
Right.
But just before the news, you'd get a 5-minute cartoon, and you'd get things like The Perishers, which is Britain's version of Charlie Brown.
Perishers, really? I gotta look this up.
Yeah, The Perishers. So it's basically Britain's version of Peanuts. And we used to get 5 minutes of The Perishers, and I've always thought I would love a little 5-minute Kids at Ret Road every night with 70s music, you know, because it'd be fantastic.
That would be fun, yeah, and that's all you need. Do like the old school Looney Tunes, very short shorts, that get to the point.
Yeah.
That the credits are longer than the actual cartoon itself.
yeah, like that new Batman film, which is apparently 3 hours long.
Dude, they said 3 hours of emo Bruce Wayne because it's year one. So let's see. I mean, I like how he looks in the suit, but when I saw him, did you see the Todd McFarlane figure? I mean, this character looks like it's about to cry.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him as Bruce Wayne, and it doesn't look that great, but the suit looks great.
But doesn't it? The suit looks great, a real throwback to OG look, you know, and wise.
Yeah.
So I'm digging that, you know. Let's see. I mean, I don't understand, you know, again, modernizing the Riddler, you know, Riddler's suit is so iconic in comics. I know, ridiculous, but iconic. You know, and they made him look just some dude with a Winter Parker.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, you know, again,
let's watch it and judge.
I watch all of them. I almost
Me
don't
too.
care. You know, I even watched the Man Thing movie, you know, and it was it's fucking awful. But I'll watch them all because I'll go, okay.
Bro, you are killing me. Thank you for mentioning that, because I had told my friends, are you aware that there's a sci-fi Marvel Man Thing movie? My friends are like, get out of here, Al. They never made no. When I gave them that shit, it's like, Al, why did you even talk about this?
Yeah. I mean, it is.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking awful. But you know, again, I am that old that I remember the Spidey TV show. I remember the Hulk TV show. And that
do you remember the Doctor Strange TV movie?
Yeah.
No, see, I think you say that that joint was bad. I think that the Justice League TV pilot was the worst.
That was the worst. Yeah, that was. I mean,
John Jones that it could transform into anything was like looking like a beer drinking.
Yeah. Well, he was Charles from MASH. I mean, I can't remember the actor's
Yeah,
name.
I mean, it was just horrible.
It was just horrendous. But that was all we had. That's the point I was going to make. That was all we had. So I'm just grateful these things exist. The fact they're any good
Me and you both, you both
is a bonus. You know?
I messed around and I talk about it, but it's like I want people to understand though, we had it bad.
Yeah,
but we still loved it, and now people complain about the most minute things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on, guys, just enjoy what we got. That's their rendition. If you think you could do better, then why don't you pick up a damn camera?
And you've still got the comics, so
yeah, read the comics. Don't get mad.
No, and I mean,
think of it as the multiverse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was like in the US, but in the 70s in the UK, if you said you liked comics, you were beaten up.
Yeah.
So
listen, in the US too, we were geeks, we were nerds,
Yeah.
It was just small groups. Like I was lucky. In elementary school, by 6th grade, I met people that liked comics. So then I would swap. You know what I mean? So we would swap comics, get put on to things, but I would get my books back. And then in junior high school, some of those kids carry over, but then they had their friends that we wound up meeting. So at lunch, and the bullies out here, the geeks, but I'm one of those loudmouths. I'm like, yeah, and what? So, you know what I mean? Like shit, you talking all this shit, but there's 6 of us. I'll make sure these weaklings will jump your ass. Don't think we're weak, kiddo. Like, So I would be one of those, like the cool nerd, trying to be not the cool nerd, but there's the nerds like, understand I like this because I enjoy it, and if you have a problem with it, I'm not afraid of you either. What?
That's what we did. We just didn't care after a while, but it's just kind of amusing to watch the kind of people who gave you shit when you were a kid walking about in Captain America t-shirts.
Right, talking all this shit now. It's like I should beat you up now just for misrepresenting. But I'm glad you're a part of it. See, I'm going to teach you that we're better than you. So I'm not going to beat you up.
Well, I just go
rip it off you. Imagine you could just go up to them and just peel off the whatever character they have. You don't deserve this.
I do kind of feel like that sometimes. It's quite bad, but I do sometimes feel like that. I just think, people go, oh, it's great, all this stuff, isn't it? And I go, yeah, I've been telling you that for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, and you call me a kid, Dan, and that's kid shit, and now all of a sudden, oh, did you see the latest that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always get amused too. But a lot of people are feeling shit now that they didn't watch before. And it's like you say, I get amused. I don't give them shit or nothing. I just amuse and just talk about it. I'm like, okay, at least they're finally enjoying it. I'm not gonna give them no hate.
Yeah, no, me neither. Me neither. I mean, my friends, my sort of non-comic reading friends, they know who Jack Kirby was. They know who Steve Ditko was.
Of course,
because I make a point of telling them.
I tell my family the same thing. She's like, why should I care? I want you to get educated. There's so many things that that this is a Brooklyn-born Jewish guy who went through so many things and never got the credit he deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, other people got critical acclaim for his work.
Yeah, and you can spot Kirby, Ditko, Wally Wood, Steve Gerber.
Isn't that crazy?
All kinds of things. I mean,
isn't it crazy?
Yeah, what is the Matrix other than a Marvel movie?
Oh my God, bro! You should make a standing Jack in the Matrix.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, Al, I've got too many ideas. I wish I could find. I need somebody to draw it for me.
You need bro. No, forget it. I want you to handle it, bro, because I love your art style. It's unique, and unique in a fantastic way. Cool. Because again, it feels comic-y, like you said, that mad feels like something you could sit down, not take serious, and just enjoy it. It's a batshit story that'll take you out of Earth, out of COVID, out of everything for at least a good 30 minutes. Because again, when you read through Stan's stuff, my God, it's gonna take you time to really reread and enjoy it. Like, damn, bro, yo, Pia, you a poet too? What's going on here, bro?
You think the first issue is batshit? Wait till I send you the next three.
Man, you must write poetry, man. Because the way you were just spewing those Stanley words, you really got into that essence, bro. I love it.
Oh, I love words. I love the way they play off against
Yeah,
each
that
other.
wordplay
Love
is
it.
fantastic, man. I mean, with everybody, because even when it's like you say you haven't been to the States, and yet you got that country twang right with homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, yo, check you out, bro. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Cheers,
bro. It's fantastic. All right, my brother. So, in your journey in this, oh wait, I didn't even ask you this. Wait a minute, because you said you just started doing your comics, right? And look at us, we're older, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what age were you when you took the step? But what was that gap like? Why did you not do anything? Like what prevented you? Was it self-doubt? Was it just life? What?
Both of those, I suppose. Like life got in the way, a little bit of self-doubt, a little bit of laziness, I'll be honest, because it takes a hell of a long time to do a 32-page comic.
Discipline.
Discipline. As I say, I mean, I can write my stuff in about a week. I can write an issue of the Kids or Stan and Jack in about a week. Drawing it takes for fucking ever. But it's the same for everybody, isn't it? That is the facts. I mean, I saw something on Twitter a while ago about somebody saying, "Oh, this particular artist just pretends to be an artist and they don't really put the work in." Well, I can assure you, even the artists you don't like put the fucking work in, and it takes and it takes.
Don't you love people that don't do talk like that? I mean, like if you're not doing anything, I mean, and even if you're a creator, then and if you want to judge another creator's work, at least be constructive. But if you're just some regular fan, like don't be deconstructive like that. Like who are you if you don't have the skills? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, even there's a ton of indie comics. There's a ton of mainstream comics. There's stuff I like and there's stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
But I never slag it off, because even if I don't like something, I know that person has poured their heart and soul into it and taken months to do it.
Yep. So it's just not for you. That's all. And you move on. Right. No need to bash it, because somebody else is gonna love it.
That's right. Yeah. So for me, as I say, there was a good few years where life did get in the way. But now I'm of an age where, fuck it, I don't care. I'll put some money into this. I've already made my money back on all of these comics.
Oh wow! Man, something every creator, wants to fuel in here. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I've already made the printing cost back, so that's all I care about, really. And people are coming back for the next issues. That's the thing, isn't it?
See, when you build that loyalty and that fan base to the brand and to the product, man, you're already making your way. It goes to show that you have something that matters to people.
Yeah.
So you're bringing about a fantastic product anyway. Like I said, I mean, listen, Comic Crusaders approved for sure, Almega approved, but let the work speak for itself. And all people really got to do is just go visit this website right here, right?
Just go
Doree.bigcartel.com. Do it all. Get them in digital, but you know what? That's a disservice, because you need this in your box. That way you could put it up on the wall, because it's beautiful artwork too, man, on them covers.
Thanks.
Man, for real. So, okay, so we got cartoons down that you want to do. I can't wait. We got more Stan and Jack coming, right? And how about now you've had this dormancy, but then you woke up and became a beast. Because, you are, but I'm happy that you have friends like a Sean Phillips that have encouraged you.
Sean's amazing. Sean and Dave are both best friends but most supportive friends you could ever have, honestly.
See, and that's the value of loyalty, long-term friendship with people that could trust, that could talk to you. They're not just friends. I'm pretty sure they're like your brothers. You know what I mean? From another mother.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
So and it's great to have people like that. That I have friends like that too. I ain't afraid to okay, can I be real with you for a minute? I'm like, if you work, then we can't be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So be honest, let me know, and that's it. And I love that, because that could only make me stronger and better, right?
Totally.
See, that's those real friends. Because who the hell wants somebody that says, "Oh, I love it. Yeah, it looks great," and not even mean it? Yeah. How does that help you as a creator? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like I said to you before we came on air. I've had very, very few negative comments. Very few. the only one I really remember, which I just think is hysterically funny, and it goes back to
Oh,
what we were just saying.
Bring it.
Yeah, was when I put out the first issue, and somebody went online and said, "There is no reason for this comic to exist," and I was well, who the fuck are you to say that? Because I just spent 6 months. I just spent 6 months on this shit. But I just thought that is such a ludicrous, pathetic statement for somebody to come out with.
It's just somebody that can't be as creative as you, hating on what you're doing. So basically, haters are gonna hate. You know, you know what? You should take that as a compliment, because when you have haters, when you have a hater, that means you have a watcher.
Yeah, I do.
They're watching everything you do as much as they hate you. You know
I mean, it's like, you know, it's like everybody on Twitter. You know, I talk to a ton of indie artists like myself, and we've all got stories like that, and none of us care, because we're doing what we love.
Yeah,
you know, I'm doing Stan and Jack and the Kids from Ret Road because I love those characters and I love doing that stuff, and I love.
At the end of the day, those people talking shit don't pay your bills anyway, so do they matter? You know what I mean?
No, I just thought it was funny and pathetic, as I say. But you know, very, very, very few negative comments at all.
There shouldn't be any. You know, for you haters, very sad. Why don't you read the product first before even judging it, and you're gonna see that it's really great, and then you're gonna become subscribers, and then you should apologize to people. Right?
Yeah, I don't need apologies. I just need your money. That's what.
Yeah. That's how you apologize, man. Open that bank account and start buying the variants. Do you have variants or anything like that, or you keep it like first print, one cover, and it's in a limited print, or what? What do we got?
No, well, yeah, they are limited in what I can afford. Yeah, I mean, there's only like a couple of hundred issues,
really?
Copies each issue.
For each, okay. For each book, no matter what title.
At the moment,
do you have any sold out titles right now?
I've sold out of 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
Stan and Jack. Yeah, and I'm kind of I think I'm coming close to selling out on 4. And the Kids hasn't been out that long. It's only been out since about October, I think.
Okay, that's a baby. That's the baby among the baby.
That's the baby. But I think I want to do a trade. I want to do a trade of at least the first 5 issues. And I'll do loads of background material, and I'll get Sean to do a couple of things because he likes doing that. He don't mind doing that. And add some extra stuff. I want to see
draw Stan and Jack.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah, so I want to put some more stuff out this year. Like I say, I'm going to do Thought Bubble. There's a great cartoonist, Mark Jackson, who's on Twitter. He does a convention in Macclesfield in England, and I'm Sean and I, because we're like a bloody double act these days. We're both going to go to that, so that'll be a nice con to go to. And Mark's stuff's great. Look him up. It's Mark Makes Comics. He's on Twitter.
Makes Comics. Check him out.
Check out Mark. So yeah, just onwards and sideways, or upwards or downwards or whatever.
Whatever, brother. Wherever life takes you, man. You ready, right?
Yeah. Because this is all gravy. This is all a bonus. You know, I got a day job. I'm fairly financially settled.
I love it, bro.
So you know, this is all a bonus. This is all gravy.
Love it. I love it. All right, so I always love to leave with this piece, because here you are in your journey. You've taken, you're a fan. You started fun stuff, took a break, but your boys that keep, nagging you like a wife, like a wife would sometimes.
Yeah.
So you get in, and now you're there. You're creating. Any lesson that you could share with any future creator here that you've learned and what you've done thus far?
It's a really obvious and a really cliche one, but just do it, because the only person stopping you is you. If I can do it, and I know everybody says that, but if I can do it, if I can put out comics and do cons and build an audience, then anybody can. Because if you're creating something that you love, someone else is going to love it. Trust me.
Yeah.
They are. It really is just
it's a shared passion. Like Jim Steranko, whom you showed us, taught me psychomagnetism. People of a like mind will always connect, and be geared towards you. So, I'm happy we connected because I'm enjoying
Me too, man.
the crap out of this, bro. I mean, you are great. I want to have you come back on when we bring out that graphic novel and everything else that you're doing because, bro, you have an amazing journey. I mean, I'm happy you got out of your break and got in, bro, because you're bringing us something very special that I think every single comic book fan in the world is going to enjoy.
Brilliant. Thank you, Al. I do appreciate that.
Nah, man, I got to give you your flowers, man. You're brave and bold, man. Not many people are willing to do this. That's why I'm talking about, as we were talking about, people that criticize and all that. Are you as brave and as bold as Pete to put your stuff out there, put a piece of you out into the world? I mean, especially with the Wreck Road. I mean, that's a piece of really him that he shared.
It is.
So,
it is.
So it's very personal, and thank you for doing that as the creator. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. Like I say, all my comics, everything that I've done and that I will do is me in a bar with you going, listen to this story. This is funny. That's what I do. So if you like that, I tell
people I approach my podcast like, yo, we're at a con, and I just go to your table when no one's there.
Yeah.
Although I am drinking a beer, some cons do allow drinking, so thank goodness.
Yeah, I need to have some more wine. I need to get some more wine.
Yeah, brother, but you're fired up enough, brother Pete. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. A flub is a flub, folks, but you didn't miss anything. Don't you worry. We're taking care of it. And Pete, you've been amazing. Again, folks, please go visit Pete's website right now. Get the digital, that's it. He needs to sell out on number 4 right now. So make sure he has no more inventory to ship so that we can take that weight off his shoulders. Like, let me get it done. So PeteDoree.BigCartel.com. And again, please follow him on Twitter at Pete Doree. That's PETEDOREE. All right. And he's doing commissions, folks. So if there's anything in particular that he may be able to help you with, you just hit him up. And you know what? I think I may actually hit you up because I need an Omega mascot for my Comic Crusaders podcast. So
cool.
Let's get it done, kiddo. And with that, Pete, thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Al. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. The outro tells you what to do, right? And with that, I'm Omega and I'm out. Wepa! Hasta la próxima.
Peace out.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.